it's the lion's share. It's the lion's share. It's the lion's share. It's the lion's share.
Welcome back. Welcome into the Lion's Share, recapping the Lions and Commanders for Week 10 in the NFL. The Lions get their revenge on the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last season. They get a win over the Commanders, 44-22, nearly approaching that 50-burger level. Back to basics day for us, guys. Kind of what we wanted to see from this team, and to quote you, Mitch, just a few moments ago, kind of gave you a warm and fuzzy feeling.
Yeah, the first drive was just exactly what they needed. I think we're going to talk about it. You're going to hear it talked about a lot tomorrow from a lot of Lions fans. It might be end times for John Morton, feeling very similar to the Anthony Lynn timeline. We're just about the same week. When Anthony Lynn was with the team, offense was underperforming. Dan took over. You could feel it in the flow of the game, the play calling. They didn't call their first screen until I think their fourth drive, which is what they've been living on the last 3-4 weeks. So it just felt good. Ben, you said it, football's fun again.
Yeah, we got into that close to Speedo season right there. And we really like that. But yeah, Mitch, I think you're right. What I thought was weird is it didn't really feel like, we were able to twist the cleat, as we would say in this operation. Felt like the door was almost always open for the Commanders to make their way back into this game, which worried me a little bit. The defense was on skates a little bit, but I think a lot of that was special teams getting exposed again and setting up short fields for the offenses.
Yeah, potentially a hot seat for Dave Phipp there. A couple weeks in a row here, complimentary football between the offense and the defense, but the special teams certainly the one negative there across the phases of the game. But that was my big takeaway, was complimentary football between the offense and the defense. That's what good football teams do, and you got to beat bad football teams like the Commanders. And so for all those reasons, today was a success. Solid. Did what you needed to do. Offense was back to basics like you guys touched on. 500-plus yards of offense. No punts. Scored on every drive. No turnovers. Minimal penalties. They had one holding penalty, I believe, at the end. A defensive hold that, it was in absolute garbage time. They had two other penalties, but those, of course, were the kickoff penalties. And those don't count. Kicking the ball out of bounds, it was a strategic measure.
I'm glad you pointed that out. I didn't know that. Can we give a quick shout out to the Vikings fans out there? I think the Vikings had 11 false starts today. Is that the number I heard? Just an insane number for a home game, mind you. A home game with 11 false starts. And wasn't a lot of feeding the alter ego 9 today for J.J. McCarthy.
Ooh. Below 50% passing completion rating, I think.
1 touchdown, 2 picks. It's tough to publicly come out and name your alter ego and then lay an egg like that.
That was bad. But yeah, you're right. I know it was at least 8 when Red Zone cut to that game and they had their 8th false start. Hansen said, yes, that's number 8 on the day. So I think they had a couple more, so maybe double-digit false starts. That's really, really bad. And we were hoping for, we'll get to the NFL talk later, I guess, but we were hoping for a Bears loss there against the Giants. Giants absolutely dumped to end that game, and Ravens almost did the same. So we almost had a 0 for 2 for the rest of the North, with the Lions getting a victory here, now up to 6-3, and Commanders fall to 3-7. But yeah, no penalties, minimal penalties, no touchdown, no turnovers for the defense either. That was tough for our turnover counter, Andrew. We're stuck at 20 here. We're gonna have to get off the snide here.
Yeah, it's what we'd call a hole at this point, but in life you're given a shovel sometimes, and time to start digging. And I think this Lions defense, the 2025 version, is mean, and they tear at that ball. So I think we can have a few big splash games. I think we can afford this. Bigger thing for me, and just to kind of jump back to the offense, is how many people were involved. I don't know if off the top of your head you can think of everybody that touched the ball today. You have Monty and Gibbs, Laportes, you got Amon-Ra, you got Jomo, you got Leaf. Am I missing anybody? Brock wasn't involved today. Yeah, you sent Skipper out wide.
That was awesome.
But that's the simple stuff, right? And I talked about it in my halftime capsule. Like, you send Skipper out wide for nothing other than just like a, hey, look over here, and now we're just gonna run a simple play. Like, that's the kind of, like, it looks like a flashy, what are they gonna do? Fun. It's like, no, we're just gonna do something we know we can execute.
Simple, but also creative. A good mix, a good blend of that. You don't need to be so creative it's cute and too cute. And you don't want to be so simple that it's run right up the middle either. So a good balance stay for the offense. And like we said, probably a lot of the influence that Dan had in this game with the play sheet and the glasses, mind you. So you guys think, is there really, you guys think there's a chance that Jomo gets the keys back? Or do you think this is what we see the rest of the season?
I think Daniel Campbell is here to stay.
Yeah, Professor Dan is here. Like, it just doesn't feel like a situation. You know what? If they're first in the NFC North, maybe Dan's like, you see how I just did that, Jonathan? Like, now you have a chance again. But they're tied for second right now, and they're 1 and 2 in the division. I don't think there's really any breathing room for Dan to relinquish it. I think Dan's got to go the rest of the way.
No, there's no room in the NFC. We talked about it on the last program, especially with the Seahawks showing today, the Rams as well. But two really solid NFC teams going to compete for that 1 seed, and the NFC West is just full of talent out there. Lions got to keep stride. I think you're right. I think Jomo takes the backseat, and Dan at least has an influence or has some control over this. But I like that you're calling him Dr. Dan, and I like that we're going to full names for everybody involved. Jonathan, Daniel. Well said. Andrew? Papa B?
I mean, there's not much more to say. When you come to class with glasses, multiple colored pens and highlighters, the full placard call sheet, and you're still highlighting on top of that, you're scratching things out, you're relaying, you're talking to the sidelines. I think that's Professor Campbell's a good way to put it, but I think he's here in class as well.
I love it. You sure that wasn't just an Applebee's menu?
I mean, what is it? Over 80,000 combinations?
Oh, I don't know. I thought that was Cheesecake Factory.
I think that's how his commercial goes.
Oh, that's one of the. Oh, yes. The world famous Applebee's commercial. I did not know there was 80,000 combos, but here you go with the restaurant reviews. We may have to start doing that. Applebee's certainly wouldn't be the first choice, but they do good commercials. Yeah, to your points, guys, about the offense. I mean, it's hard to argue with the numbers. Andrew, you touched about how many guys just were involved today in this creative yet simple offense. Jahmyr Gibbs, of course, the bell cow, 15 carries, but also 15 carries for David Montgomery, 71 yards for Monty, 142, including 2 touchdowns and a long run of 43 for Gibbs. That puts his average right around 10 yards per carry, which is pretty good. And the receiving core, Jomo, 6 catches, led the day with 119 yards, including a touchdown and a 41-yarder. St. Brown with a little bit of a quieter day for St. Brown, 5 catches, 58 yards, and a tutty. And then also Gibbs with 1 receiving as well. So the trifecta for Gibbs.
How many targets for Amon-Ra?
8.
Okay. It seems crazy that he only dropped 3, but it seemed like they were all 3 big ones.
Were those all drops?
Well, I didn't see. I didn't see. Did the one get tipped by Bobby Wagner? Even if it did, I'm kind of like, I give him a little bit of reprieve because it still hit both of his hands. It hit him right in his right hand. So a little bit tough, but still, I mean, he still had a good game. Jomo had a good game. Jomo had an inexcusable drop at the end of the game when they could have just gotten that first down and ended the game, basically. I mean, they probably end up kicking a field goal there or maybe getting a touchdown, so it's kind of like garbage time. But, you know, that drop was bad. That was a turn your head, I'm just going to try and score drop. But, I mean, again, everybody on that offense was having fun today.
Yeah, got a little ahead of himself there, didn't he? Got to talk about the offensive line. I mean, Guys in and out of the lineup. Sewell goes down early, comes back. Glasgow goes down. We get to see a couple other new members of the offensive line. I thought it was good that some of those guys, including Tristan there at the center position, and then I think he went to guard at one point. Andrew, you might have more intel on that, but I thought it was good to see and a good opportunity against a Commanders team that is lowly with a little bit of a margin there. You could bring in some guys too and give them some meaningful snaps, for the depth of this offensive line that has been banged up. Ooh, Mute Monster has been so
Fried and
long.
fresh,
Mute
boys.
Monster. Oh boy.
Man, sneaks up. Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of movement. Just I think everybody can say fresh breath of relief. When we get Sewell back, I think that was the biggest thing. Used Skip a lot tonight. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It felt like you were seeing big number 70 on nearly every play out there. So definitely coming in with a lot of beef, helping out Decker wherever they can. I thought we were going to be in trouble losing Glasgow. How many was he only out for? Like what, 3 or 4 plays? Not much.
Well, I think a little bit more than that, but he was very fired up and wanted to come back in the game.
Yeah,
They made him go to the locker room, right? I believe
Did he have to go to the locker room?
he did right before the half.
Okay. Well, Cologne seemed like he came in, didn't really miss a beat, but I don't think he was out there too long and wasn't really put in the spotlight. I don't want him going against Jalen Carter next week.
Oh no, not the same level of talent here with the Commanders. That's for sure. But it was good to have him get some meaningful snaps, and officially was a back injury for Glasgow, who was fired up to come back into this game.
Did Frazier make it in?
No, he was inactive.
Okay. His clock hasn't even started, right?
No, he's in his 21-day window, so he will be activated in the next 2 weeks. I'm guessing they're gonna wait all the way until his eligibility, just because he's so raw from the draft and off that injury. I'm sure they don't want to rush him back, so wouldn't expect him in the Eagles game. Maybe Thanksgiving, or the week prior. Yeah, so he wasn't even active in this game, so it wasn't an option for him to come in.
I think he's the one I'm the most eager to see some snaps out of.
Yes, we hope to see more of Miles because he's somebody that we've all been itching to see. And Mitch, I think you highlighted him coming out of the draft. You were real interested in what we could get out of Miles Frazier just because of his versatility to play so many positions on that O-line.
All over the O-line. It's crazy. Yeah.
While we're talking about the O-line too, Ben, you had the great spot. Old Tate Ratledge, the Motor City mullet, dirtbag lifestyle, gets the cowboy collar, whatever you call it, neck roll. Man, you're right.
That also has to stay.
Yes, that looks natural.
It's on brand. Like you said, not enough neck rolls in the league these days. It's a thing of the past, kind of a lost art. It's good to see that old school mix come back to this game. I mean, he's playing well. I mean, I think I saw it the other day. He's been ranked one of the best. I think between him and old Gray Zabel out there in Seattle, they've been comparably ranked. So that's good to see. Yeah, good company.
He's definitely been exposed several times this year, so he's had his moments. But this was definitely a step in the right direction, and hopefully reason enough to keep that cowboy collar.
Absolutely, it's good. I thought Sheik played. I mean, we'll wait to see what the PFFs come out and say, but I thought Sheik at the other position there, at the other guard, played really well. I mean, I didn't see much from him that was concerning. I think he stepped in and played a serviceable role there at the other guard.
Yeah, I mean, it always helps. You didn't see Goff scramble a ton, but it always helps when you get your run game going early. I think that was the biggest thing, right? Like, that's how we get into those plays. They got early first downs. They got the run game going. Gibbs immediately became a threat. And that just all helps the O-line in the end.
It's the kind of the spark plug facilitator of this offense. As the run game goes, the offense goes, and that goes for the offensive line, the passing game. It all flows and it all starts with the run game, and that's what we all wanted to see coming into this one after a couple of weeks under 100 yards rushing. A day that satisfies you, even with the opponent even with the caveat that we all know that the Commanders are not a good team, especially on the defense. I believe they're ranked 29th in a lot of the categories, 30th.
They're bad. Yeah, that's why I think I texted you guys. Like, if they don't put up 30 this week, I was going to be worried about the offense.
Yeah, even 30 was 40. I was glad to see 40. It gives you some peace of mind, but next
In his
week,
post
Eagles.
game, Dan said he was calling plays with "quote unquote" support from John Morton. Yeah, see you, John. It's over. Andrew, I think maybe you said this, or maybe I'm manifesting for you. I think John Morton is done, and it's like Dan's the rest of the year, and next year they're probably just gonna be looking who's the next young guy who wants to further their career in the NFL and has like a creative mindset, because there's way too many weapons on this team to do run, screen, run, run, screen, run, run, screen, run.
Couldn't agree
Just
more,
not-
but like, did Tanner Engstrand go somewhere?
Yeah, he's with the Jets. He's their OC.
Okay, I was gonna say it feels like that was who Dan was the next one he wanted. What about Scotty though? I mean, he's been bumping everywhere in that facility. I think he's an assistant coach at this point. Feels like he might be it, and he's been. I feel like every single position coach on the offensive side, right?
He's bounced around. He's running backs, wide receivers. He's with, I think he's the running backs, and also an offensive assistant, or he's kind of playing a double role. He's kind of got a promotion of sort. So, I mean, certainly a name that they'd look at. And I also point out, you might have to help me out with his first name, but Shaw, offensive or passing game coordinator.
David?
I want to say David, but I might be mistaken. The old Stanford head coach.
Yeah, the David Shaw sounds right. It definitely feels like they want to stay internal with it. But it also feels like Daniel, that is at this point in time, being Daniel, he's not going to fire John. He's going to let him stick around for the year unless things get out of hand. Then he has to show face and be like, hey, I made a change. We got rid of John. But outside of that, I think he'll be here the whole year, and then they'll move on from him.
I think so. I think that's the most likely path. You're right. Daniel Campbell with the win over Dan Quinn. Daniel Quinn doesn't fly. That he didn't deserve the Daniel today.
No, and John will probably stay with the program unless he wants to be an OC and he gets another opportunity. He'll probably stay with the program in some capacity.
Right. Yeah. Dan does keep his guys close, right? I mean, he's not one to ship guys out. I would be surprised if he didn't stay on this team in some sort of capacity, but hey, we'll see. We'll see. I think what they've got right now works well, and it showed it today. Need to see a few more games of it. Got a big matchup next week in the NFC with the Eagles. Back-to-back road games here on the East Coast in the NFC East. So more of this complimentary football. Offense was doing what it needed to. 226 yards on the ground, 320 in the air, and defensively, if you guys want to shift to defense, 195 yards passing for the Commies with 93 yards rushing, 8 penalties, and they were 3 for 3 in the red zone and 3 for 3 on fourth down. That was probably the one thing, and you might have more to say on that, Mitch, but that was kind of the one thing that you wanted to see a little more hunger on those fourth downs and those opportunities to get off the field.
I don't know. Like, it just felt like Andrew said, they just didn't put the nail in, cleat on the throat and twist. There were a couple opportunities to really end the game, I thought, effectively. And they just didn't take advantage. So it's a bummer. I mean, some opportunities, there were some Commanders players that made a couple good catches. Not going to hate on that, but there were a couple plays that were like wide open guys. Just felt like some scheme stuff a couple times, but stuff to clean up in film. And the Redskins, yikes.
Whoa.
The Commanders' defense or offense is still not bad. I don't think. Would you guys not take Mariota as a backup quarterback in a heartbeat?
Solid.
If Mariota is the backup quarterback on the Giants, the Bears don't win today.
100% agreed.
Like crazy. So yeah, defense has some stuff to clean up. I'd like a little more pressure. It seemed like a quiet day from Hutch, and just in general, Andrew, you said it. Like, was there one defensive player that stood out? I don't really think there was. Campbell, maybe.
I don't even think Campbell did it. I mean, maybe just to me, the defense felt like a step slow today.
I feel like they lost their hunger. I think they came out strong, pretty strong, and kind of just fell into that lackadaisical, a little lazy on some of those drives, and kind of got a little sleepy because of the fact that the Lions' offense was so strong.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Just kind of felt like a lull you to sleep type of defense game.
It seems like the defense or the offense does it every game. Like either the offense is putting up points like they do today, and the defense is kind of like, maybe I don't have to go 100%. Maybe I could go 80. Maybe I can go 80. Same with the offense. It's like, the defense is, they're getting 3 and outs. They're getting stops. Maybe we'll score. But mostly complimentary today. Mostly.
Got
not a full
things. But something in the sky, something in the moon, something in the planet arrangement. It was a special teams kind of day across the league.
Special teams, special plays. A lot of kick returns. The Jets with the first time ever having, not ever, but first time in I don't know how long they've had a kick return and a punt return on the same game. That hasn't happened in, I think, like 20 years. That's crazy.
Look out for the Jets. Jets are hot.
Andrew, you poo-pooed on them too. Andrew, I said, is there a chance the Jets go 2-0 here? I almost took them in the pigskin spin, but I took the Ravens instead. And you said no shot. No shot. The Jets aren't good. No 2 in a row. And I said they're playing the Browns. And you said, nah.
Well, that was the toilet bowl of the week.
I said that was a fun game. What do you mean?
I didn't think so, but
all those games in the 1 o'clock window were fun.
Great 1 o'clock window, snoozer of an afternoon slate.
Yeah, it was a weird dichotomy of the day, but it was a fun week.
Okay, don't try to use big words.
Dichotomy is one of my favorite words. How much do you know about me?
Is this going to be the new? Do we need to start a dichotomy jar to go right next to the digress jar?
I've been good about that. I'm not using anymore on the digress. I'm done using.
I'm not using anymore. It's just a miracle that Andrew has a Lions hat on.
Had to get the winter stocking cap out, dude, on account of the snow in my yard. The current accumulation.
How many inches do we got out there?
If you're counting by my inches, probably about 12.
Dozen.
I don't
Dozen?
know. That seems high.
Seems high for a first snowfall, but I saw a little snow in the Chicago game. That was fun. It's about that time in the season. We're glad weather's becoming a factor. We even had a little rain here in Washington or in Landover, Maryland. Excuse me. So that was fun to have the elements back into play. Yes?
Yeah. The Lady Lion even called it out. First snow game of the year.
First one. Check it off. We're going to have more. I'm sure it's been seems to be like a little bit of an early winter. So exciting. Favorite moments, guys? I see somebody's got something in here.
I just like, think you could tell who's on my fantasy team. Job with 3 touchdowns. Pretty good day.
Who did you...
I don't know if I have... The whole game was my favorite moment. We needed that. That was good. It feels like we're kind of an ugly 6-3.
Yeah, it does. And to compare them to the Bears, 6-3, it's a completely different 6-3. But it is just kind of the league, right? The Bills today. I mean, it's just
wide open.
I don't know. I don't know how this shakes out in the NFC and the AFC. I really don't.
The NFC is just so stacked. Like I take the NFC over the AFC because I think you got Bills, Chiefs, Ravens. Who wants to play the Ravens? Thank God we got them earlier in the year. I don't know. It's wide open, but that's what makes it more fun. It's not like, I don't know, college football right now. It's like it's Ohio State and everybody else, which is just not as good. And it's not like years past where there's just been some dominant teams that just never seem to lose and drop a couple. Like it really is anybody's game this year.
Yeah, nobody's standing out that's going to really be leaps and bounds above everybody else. It's a lot of even playing field, and any given Sunday is true no more than it has been this season. It's been one of those years, and I hope it continues into the playoff because it's just going to make more fun. And I think the Lions are right up in that conversation, which is great. That's right where we want them to be. Seahawks look really good today. Rams also look really good today. We hope that they beat up on each other in that division that is so strong, with also has the 49ers who lost today to the Rams. But, I mean, still a pretty solid team there out on the West Coast. And it's going to be interesting to see who gets that 1 seed. There could be implications next week with the Eagles and the Lions taking place, but it could already be it could be influenced by tomorrow as well, with the Eagles and the Packers taking place next on Monday night. So we'll see. It's been fun. Favorite moments? Somebody's got. No, that was you, Andrew. You said the 3 TDs. Okay. Somebody put Dan wearing glass. Excuse me. Daniel wearing glasses.
I mean, I think that's a big spark plug, right? You know, that's the most tangible spark plug you could have.
Yeah, that was
I think you deserve some high-level analysis on that one because you called that out real early on.
High-level analysis.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you can hear the sound effects now.
Right away. Like they had rhythm. They had everything going for them. And as soon as they saw the call sheet, it was like, okay, yeah, he's definitely calling plays. But it's all good. You guys have 20 turnovers to go?
Yeah, with 8 games remaining. Or, yeah, 8 games.
Ouch.
Yeah,
hey, nobody counted us out of playoffs, right?
Who said playoffs weren't going to happen?
Postseason.
We're going to continue it into the playoffs. I see where you're going with that. I mean, can we make that amendment? All in favor?
Say aye.
The ayes have it.
Perfect.
The yeas, the nays, don't.
That felt rigged. Bam's players? Sorry, Nicey and Dicey?
No, my only dicey thing was the turnovers because now I'm feeling like it's not going to happen.
Yeah. It's a tough spot. It's a sticky wicket you guys are in.
Can't have 0 against the Commanders team.
Another dicey was, I think we talked about it on the top, though, the missed drive, the missed televised drive due to the one U.S. president making an appearance.
Yep, that was tough. There was a lot of camera time there. I'd love to see the ratio.
Do we think the Sun God's gonna get a little bit of hate for doing the presidential dance as a touchdown, Sully? Did you guys catch that?
I did catch that, but did you also see the sucker punch he took to the face mid-game?
Do we think that's why Deron Payne did that? Like, what was that?
I don't know. It seemed.
I hadn't even thought about that.
Honestly,
was that the one? Was that the one that Amon-Ra scored on?
I don't remember now, but yeah, he was quite upset. It might have been that.
Undisciplined, though, for the Commanders. That wasn't the only issue that they had. It just seemed like Dan Quinn has lost total control of this team. At least the defense.
Yeah, it seemed like the team went with Jaden Daniels' elbow.
Dislocated and undisciplined. Tough. Yeah, I'm sure Equinemius will say something about it on the pod this week. I'm sure that's coming.
I'll see. Yeah. I'm sure I'll ask him if his jaw line's black and blue or something like that.
Kinlaw is saying that Amon-Ra threw the first punch.
Oh, here we go. Always the second guy.
That's that dude that was talking mad garbage
to Goff.
The first time and only time Jonathan Vilma has ever made sense. You're getting called out by Vilma for talking trash when your defense is just wide open for whoever wants to run the ball. Insane.
Yeah, that was a choice. That was a choice by Kinlaw. Totally lost my train of thought. It's gone. It's gone. I'm going to say that it's gone. There's something about that. I'm trying to find it, calculating. I'm thinking it's not there. Regardless, I'm going to throw it to you, Mitch, for BAMS.
Hello. I've got Gibbs for obvious reasons, just absolutely popped off, and then DC.
Papa B?
I'm going with one Daniel Campbell. It looks like he came to class prepared. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a backpack, and he seems like a one shoulder kind of guy on the sidelines next week, and I'm here for it.
Campbell's soup season, if I may. Love it. Love what you guys had to say. I've got J&J, a little J&J action. Jamo and Jameer. Honorable mention, Jared Goff. Who is your pre-BAMs, Andrew? So shout out to you for manifesting that. Mine was Hutch, and that one really didn't hit.
He seemed like he was a week late for Halloween there, and Mr. Invisible.
Nice. Kudos to you for that. Time for the halftime capsules.
Halftime capsule. Lions 25, Commanders 10. Just a completely different looking team on offense. You can tell DC was calling plays. You could tell from the jump. Offense is in rhythm. I think one screenplay in the entire first half. I think we've got a Anthony Lynn situation all over here again with John Morton. The offense just looks different with Dan. They look comfortable. They're calling plays that are simple but getting guys in space with a little creativity, like skipper splitting out wide. Simple stuff. Offensive line looks good. A couple scary parts with some potential injuries, but it looks like nothing serious. Defense playing well. 10 points in the first half, but special teams didn't do them any favor on the field goal. Overall, a much more comfortable game. 25 points in the first half. First time they've had over 24 in the last 3 weeks. Again, the Dan influence is there. The offense looks good. Get the ball to start the first half. I expect them to keep rolling. Go Lions.
59 seconds, my friend. And guys, we have 2 breaking news. One being, I was wondering about this. It's official that 44-22 was a scoregami. We got a scoregami today in this one. So there's that. It's the 1,094th unique final score in NFL history. The other breaking news was Graham Glasgow on his back injury. It's fine. I'll be okay. It's all good. So, looks good for GG there at the center position. And one news from Jared Goff he was asked about Morton to Campbell as play callers. He said it's not the same as Lynn to Campbell, not even remotely. It was completely different circumstances. I don't know how to compare and contrast further than that. So there you go, from the man at the helm there at quarterback. He said, I think Dan did a great job calling plays. So there you go. And he also said Jomo on crossing routes is a cheat code, which is true.
All right, Lions fans. Halftime. Lions 25, Commies 10. Looking like we're getting back to a regular stride here with the offense. They're getting flows. They're getting things done. Special teams really giving up a lot of yards, putting a lot of strain on the defense. Led to some points there on the board. But other than that, defense doing pretty good. Got to shut down Mariota when he scrambles out. He's probably the worst mobile quarterback we've seen. I might be forgetting somebody in there, maybe Flacco or so. But other than that, doing pretty good. Offense getting the ball coming out of half. Have to put up points and really put these guys away. They're getting irritated. They're going to snap back. Got to keep your heads about you. Other thing of note, Ben called it out. Ratledge looks great in that neck roll. Or the Texas shoulders, I don't know what they all call it, but it looks cool. And I think he's got to keep it. Let's go Lions.
The old Texas shoulder. Love it. By the way, forgot to mention. Oh, go ahead, Andrew. No, he's got nothing. By the way, we forgot to mention this at the top. You can always watch this episode on YouTube. Every episode on YouTube in the video format. You can also watch on Spotify video if you have that feature available on your Spotify. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and rate us 5 stars on all the platforms. My turn. Pretty solid first half. Not a ton of notes. Pretty clean on the penalty front as well. 2 penalties, but those don't count because those were on the kickoff. So clean in that front. Back to basics for the offense. Seeing some of Dan's influence in the offense, and it's working. Granted, the Commanders' defense is dog shit, But hey, points up on the board, 25 at the half, points out of the half. Put this one away. Let's do it. Let's go Lions in the second half. That's all I got, really. Defense, keep doing what you're doing. A little ball throw action there with the dog in the background there. Got to do it at halftime when you got time. I told you guys in the chat, should have mentioned too, I would have liked to see a turnover in the second half. I was trying to manifest that. Did not happen. And I wanted a few more sacks. Lions with 2 on the day. I thought that was okay, but I was expecting more like 4 or 5. A little disappointed there by the defense. But nonetheless, a good W. Needed one. Needed absolutely a bounce back. And like I said in my pre-show, I stamped this as a must-win. So it checked the box for me. All good. Keeping you informed. We've got a big one next week. Back to a primetime Sunday night football. It's going to be Lions and Eagles, Week 11, 8:15, NBC Peacock. We'll preview that one on Wednesday. All these handsome folks will be back for that episode. And it will be a big preview because it is a big matchup with 2 of the biggest top teams in the NFC. And we'll have notes from the Packers-Eagles game that will be taking place on Monday night. All right, guys, transitioning to NFL talk. We kind of talked a lot about this already, but the state of the NFC North right now with the Bears, unfortunately, getting a W over the Giants today. You can tell I'm killing time here to get the NFL standings up. But, man, the Giants did not do any favors for the Lions today. It's tough to watch.
Little funny nugget, no pun intended, was when St. Brown got punched, when Payne was winding up, he instinctively covered his nuts.
I did not catch that.
Good little rewatch, yeah.
Got to do it. That's high level. Actually, that's kind of low level analysis, if I might add. NFC North, of course, Packers not played yet this week, 5-2-1. We'll see what happens tomorrow with the Eagles. Lions jumped the Bears today with a 6-3 record. Bears also 6-3. Lions, of course, have the tiebreaker over them. Lions at 6-3 with a plus 83 point differential. That's number 3 in the league behind the Seahawks, who have 103, and the Colts 115. And any guesses, guys? Lions and Bears, same record. Any guesses on what the Bears' point differential is?
Plus 7?
Okay,
-4.
Ooh, you guys are both in the right ballpark. It's -8.
Ooh.
Oh.
So 2 very different 6-4 teams when you look at the point differentials. Or 6-3, sorry.
Well, the Lions are responsible for most of that.
You're right. You're
True.
right. Eagles 6-2 versus the 5-2-1 Packers. Tomorrow, Vikings lose to the Ravens. They fall to 4-5. It's nice to see them come back down to earth, get a little humbled. There had somebody in our TikTok comments, shout out to the TikTok and the Instagram, mentioned that we put a clip out about this game being a must-win and how strong the NFC was, and someone in the Vikings fans commented and said, how come you didn't list the Vikings as a top team in the NFC? That was confusing because I don't think a lot of Vikings fans would even consider the Vikings top team in the NFC. So.
After last week, they did. Listen, every fan base has fans that just like, it's week to week. It's the roller coaster of emotion. I think there's like there are Lions fans that are bad, but like it's probably bias. It's like your little brother, like the fans that are just nuts out there. But Vikings and Packers fans crash out so hard. Like everyone is just like they hate Lions fans because the Lions are good now, and I love it from Packers and Bears fans. Bears fans aren't as bad like as Packers and Vikings fans, but Packers and Bears just constantly, where's your Super Bowl rings? That's sweet. I think that loses, after a while you kind of got to move on. Vikings fans are just a perennial go to the playoffs and do nothing. Yes, Skol, sweet. I don't understand. Shout out again. Vikings fans love us on TikTok.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't understand it, but they're last place in the NFC North for those who are keeping track. And Patriots with a big win over the Bucks today. Didn't see that one coming. Andrew, you had the Bucks winning that one, and I thought you were right on track. Are the Patriots at 8-2? I mean, tied for the best record in the NFL with the Colts and the Broncos. I mean, are the Patriots good? Are they great?
It might be a problem.
I put the Patriots in the middle of those three. I think if I had to rank those three teams, I'd probably go Colts, then Pats, then Broncos right now.
Broncos definitely last.
Yeah, without a doubt, just because of the issues that they have with the offense, of course. I was just looking to see if the Pats and the Colts play to this season, but they do not, unfortunately. I was hoping for a matchup there. They do not, unfortunately, but Patriots have one of the easiest schedules out of the rest of the season, so I'm sure that they continue on a trajectory similar to this, and it'd be interesting to see what happens with the Bills. The Bills needed kind of that win today against the Dolphins to keep pace in that AFC East. Yeah. Now 2 games back. So I don't know what happens there.
Where do you have the schedule, the easy schedules? Where do the Bears rank on that? Are they right there in the middle?
I think they have a little bit of a stretch coming up
they
here.
Do, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll find it for you.
Okay.
Also, I put a future on Stafford to win MVP, and he tossed 4 tutties today.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Should be Jonathan Taylor, but we know the NFL won't give it to him.
It should be Jonathan Taylor. It should be Vikings, Steelers, Eagles, Packers. That's 4 legit weeks, right in a row.
Vikings are legit.
I mean, the NFC North is always going to play each other tough. So, I think that's 4 tough games. Then they got Browns, Packers again, 49ers, then they end with the Lions. So the Bears' schedule is not easy to end the year.
Landmines coming.
On Tankathon, we have the Bears with the toughest strength of schedule remaining.
Yeah, do they?
New England with the easiest schedule remaining.
They play 2 teams with a losing record the rest of the year.
And the Bears have not beat a team with a winning record this season.
Man, if they didn't get this game on the Giants, they'd really be in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I think you lose to the Ravens and then nearly lose one to the Bengals that they had last week. Mm-hmm. And that squeaker could have easily lost all 3 of these games. You could have easily lost Ravens, Bengals, and Giants today. Could have easily. So it's about to get real. It's about to get real. The Lions with the 6th toughest schedule remaining with the Rams, Eagles, Packers, Bears, Steelers. And
Packers don't have a joke of a schedule either. They got Eagles tomorrow, and then Giants and Vikings back to back. But you got Lions mixed in there, Broncos and Ravens.
What do you think? Let's predict the over under on the Broncos Packers. What do we think that over under gets set at?
12.
I was gonna say 15. Yeah, you're right there.
It's going to be low, right? It's going to be
it's
30.
Just 2 teams that refuse to a couple times this year, and I understand that the Packers beat the Lions. I get it. But since then, it's 2 teams that I think 1 game each have blown a team out, but every week it just feels like they refuse to turn it on. They're just playing to the competition every week, and it's kind of wild. The Packers have 2 ugly losses and an ugly tie against 3 teams that they should have definitely beat.
Yep. AFC side of things, a team that I'm noting here on an easy side of the schedule, the 3rd easiest schedule remaining, one that you pointed out to me right when we jumped on before we started recording, Mitch, was you said with the win today over the Bills, should we be eyeing the Dolphins for maybe, with the 3rd easiest schedule, are they going to make some noise?
It's not out of the question. I don't think they could go on a little run. Something else I think we've talked about this before. Maybe it was last year after the Bills beat the Lions. I'm over Josh Allen. Incredible talent. The flopping is got to stop. It's got to stop. And if there's any AFC fans that catch this out there, that they will know, any fans of AFC teams, they will know, especially the AFC East. It's just egregious. Like the whining to refs all the time, every time you get hit. It is, I hate that I'm going to say this. It is the LeBron thing. You are so good. You're so good. You don't have to flop. You don't need the calls. Like, just play the game.
How do you feel about Daniel Jones?
What happened? Did he flop?
Did you not see him?
I did
He was
not
bleeding.
watch.
He was bleeding everywhere. He basically had lipstick on. He had
Oh yeah, his mouth was bleeding. I forgot that there was a game in Berlin today. Das football. I did see that the Colts owner pulled a Ted Lasso and bought the bar around after the game.
Let's go. Didn't know
Yep.
that. That's a great nugget.
Yep.
Fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Fan
She's
favorite
trying.
owner. She's doing well.
Good for her.
So you think
Yep.
Daniel Jones, he's the opposite of that spectrum or what?
I think Daniel Jones is someone who has a little bit of that Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff outcast in him, and just wants to play the game and prove the doubters wrong.
Would you put Sean Dotson in that outcast bucket as well?
It depends. I mean, is he in a room with like other quarterbacks? Is he in a room with Robert Kraft? Who's he hanging out with?
Let's say the quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, probably a little bit of an outcast.
Okay.
I think he's an outcast similar to AB being an outcast right now.
Yeah.
A little different.
Probably wanted for murder.
Or other things. Well, it'll be interesting. We're going to enter into week 11 next week, and this playoff picture is really going to start to form. And get your popcorn ready, folks. No matter what team you are, a Lions fan or others, it's going to be a good remaining 8 weeks of the season, or 7 weeks, however you want to cut it. So it's going to be fun. Pigskin spin standings, by the way. Papa B took the double L this week with the Bucks loss and the Jaguars loss, which those, in my book, should have both been W's. I think you were wronged there. That's not right, but it is what it is. Mufasa, with one win today with the Hawks, has the Eagles tomorrow, so he's 11-5 with one game remaining in this week 10. And then I went with the Rams and the Ravens, got 2 dubs there, putting me at 8-9. We're sniffing at 500. We're right behind you, right in your rear view, Andrew.
As Captain America would say, on your left.
Absolutely. Home stretch for us, too. Home stretch for us in the Pigskin Spin. A wacky time every time. And I also had a honorable mention of the Jets over the Browns, and that one hit, too. So I think I'll give myself an extra point. Just kidding. I won't do that. Mitch wouldn't like that.
Okay.
Anything else? Yeah, no, I was gonna throw another line in there about something, but I didn't. It's good to have you here, Mitch. It's good to have you here.
I'm glad to be back. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry I missed it earlier in the week.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same with without the three-headed monster. You be here Wednesday,
Yeah.
shareholders. We need you to be here Wednesday as well. Show up, show out. Tell a friend, be a friend. If you're not a shareholder already, what the heck are you doing? Like I said, Instagram and TikTok, that's where you can find us for the short form. Follow us there, the Lions Share Pod, and YouTube. Search for the Lions Share Podcast and watch every episode. Subscribe, like, comment, all those good things. Shout out Eric in the comment section.
Love you.
Don't forget to head over to our Patreon for all the bonus content as well.
Yeah, you get to see every breakdown every week. Andrew goes through all 22, right? Every Monday.
Yeah. I do my John Gruden impression for every game.
Love it. Love it. Anything else, guys? NFL-wise? Lions-wise?
We're back in the right direction.
Righted the ship. A lot of work to do, though. A lot of work. 6-3. Long season. Over halfway. Home stretch coming soon. A lot of work still to do. A lot of guys to get back healthy and a couple more each week. So love it for that fact. Thank you, shareholders, for being here. We appreciate it. Happy Victory Monday to all those that celebrate. Till Wednesday, we'll see you all next time. Let's go, Lions, into Week 11.
No.